In this video, we are going to talk about Venn diagrams. So you likely may have seen Venn diagrams in previous courses. We talk about sets kind of implicitly in real life scenarios all the time. And one of the common ways that we describe them is using Venn diagrams. So we can represent sets visually with circles, ellipses, rectangles, shapes in what are called Venn diagrams. So for example, with a complement, what will that look like? So I'm going to draw a rectangle, and I'm going to let that represent a universal set, which I'll call U. And then within that universal set, I'm going to draw a circle, or something that looks close to a circle, hopefully, and I'm going to label that as A. So that is going to be a set A. And now I'm going to shade in the complement of A. So the complement is the stuff that is not in A, but that's still within the universal set U. So that would be out here, the stuff that's outside of the circle, but within the universal set, and I'm going to shade it in. So shading in the complement, we would shade all this stuff in. So A complement is the shaded region outside A, because it's the stuff that is not in A. So now let's draw the intersection of two sets. Okay, so when we talk about things like intersection and union, when there's more than one set involved, I represent my universal set with a rectangle again. We'll always assume the most general picture in which our sets may have an overlap. So I'm going to draw two sets, A and B. So A and B. And again, most general picture, which means these two sets may have some common elements. Okay, and in this case, their intersection is the stuff that's common to them. That's in both of them. So I'm going to shade it in. So that shaded in region, that is the intersection. That is A intersect B. All right, let's draw the union. So let's have another diagram here. I'm going to draw a rectangle for the universal set. Let's have a circle for A and a circle for B. And for the union, I would need to shade in all the elements that are in A. So everything that is in A, as well as everything in B, because the union contains all the elements that are in either A or B or both. So I also need to shade in all the elements in B. So that is the union. I've shaded everything in the union. So this is A union B. Alrighty, so now let's do a more challenging example involving three sets. So let's draw A union C intersected with B complement union C using a Venn diagram in steps. So in steps just means I want us to show how we arrive at the final answer. So it would not be enough to just draw one final picture of the final answer. So we'll talk about how we can do that. Okay, so I'm going to begin by drawing a rectangle, which I'll call U for my universal set. Actually, you know what? Let me begin by drawing three circles for A, B, and C, because I have these three sets here. So I'm going to draw a circle for A, a circle for B, and again, I'm drawing the most general picture, which assumes that they may overlap each other, and a circle for C, and again, assuming that they may overlap each other. Even there might be a region where A, B, and C all overlap, like I have here way in the middle. Okay, and I'm going to draw a rectangle around them, and that rectangle is my universal set U. And in this picture, I'm going to begin by focusing on the stuff inside of one of these parentheses. So let's do the A union C. And then after that, I'll draw a picture that has the stuff inside the other parentheses. That's in B complement union C. So A union C, I need to shade in it the stuff that's in either A or in C or both. So I got to shade all of A, all of circle A, and I got to shade in all of circle C, because I'm shading in the stuff that's either in A or in C or in both of them. Okay, I'm moving that over a little bit so I have some room to put in my next picture. All right, so I've copied in the initial Venn diagram I had when it was empty. But this time, let's draw in B complement union C. So for this, I need to shade in everything that's in B complement, the stuff outside of B, as well as the stuff that's in C, and the stuff that's in both of them. Okay, so let me start with C. So I'll shade in all the elements that are in C, so that's the circle C. And then let's shade in all the elements that are in B complement. So B complement is so big that really to make this stand out more, I'm going to pick a different color. So B complement, I got to shade in everything that's outside of B. So outside the circle B. Okay, so shading that in, shading that in, shading some more. Okay, so we're starting to get it here. Oh, okay, almost finished. We are shading in this whole region that is outside of B. Alrighty, so that is the stuff that is outside of B. So overall in the second picture here, everything that's shaded, so the blue region I had drawn first inside the circle C, as well as this purple region that I shaded afterwards, that's in B complement, all that shaded stuff together is B complement union C. All right, so now let's put this together, because what I need to do is I need to take the intersection of these two sets. So to form their intersection, we need to shade in the regions. The stuff that's in the intersection is the stuff that's in both of the sets. So we have to shade in the regions that are common to both. Okay, so let's start off with a blank Venn diagram. So at this point, I want to give you the chance to try this on your own first. Pause the video just for 1 minute and see if you can finish off and shade the intersection of these two sets. 4, 3, 2, 1, pause the video. Pause it for 1 minute and see if you can finish off this question. Again, it's really important to get this practice even now as you're watching this video, because then you've gone through the process of thinking about problems like this before you go to try questions that are similar on the homework. And that helps with internalizing the content. Alrighty, so hopefully you've done that. Hopefully you paused it for a minute to try it. So let's talk about it together. So if I'm going to draw a dot here, but if I look at this region, the stuff that's within the circle A, but not in the circle B or in the circle C, that is shaded in both of the pictures that I had above, in A union C and B complement union C. So I need to shade in that region. That would be in the intersection because it's shaded in both. So what else is shaded in both? Well, the stuff that's common to all three circles is shaded in both. So I need to shade that in. So the stuff that's common in all three, as well as this other region that's common to both A and C, that is also shaded in both. So I need to shade that in. And as well as, okay, this region that's common to B and C down here, but that's not in all three circles. So I need to shade that. And there's one more region that's common to both, which is the stuff that's in circle C, but that's not in either A or B. I need to shade that in. So everything in red that is shaded in this picture is making up A union C intersected with B complement union C. And that's our final picture.